Hi everyone, my name is Lakshit and I'm going to speak about the web design part of Sparky's adventure. Our website is hosted on the AWS servers. Moving on to the home page, we have a place where users could enter their email, username and select a password to create their account. We have added an option for users to recover their password. Speaking about the color scheme of our website, we have chosen colors like maroon and gold to match with ASU theme colors. Moving on to the next page, the play page is the page where we're gonna embed the whole game in our website. So still it's like under construction. Moving on to surveys, we're gonna design some survey questions and embed the survey code into the web page and customize the survey appearance to match with the website design and test the functionality and accessibility. That's we're gonna do it like in the next couple of weeks. And all the survey information is going to be stored on the AWS servers. Moving on to the account page, this is where users could manage their passwords and they could see all their profile settings and the statistics about the game. Moving on to our final page, the About Us page. Here we have added some information about the developers. We have details including their names and some images. We have added a mission statement and a place for the goals. This concludes the web design part of Sparky's adventure. Thank you.
Hello everyone, it's Nicholas. I'm back again to do an update on the AWS portion of this Sparky's adventure. So as you know, here's our website that we currently have, but what you may not know is this whole time we've had it hosted statically on an S3 bucket. It's publicly accessible, so that's how I'm able to go here, and you are too, with this domain. But we know eventually that we want to put this on an EC2 instance on a web server that can be changed dynamically, not just static files. So I'm kind of updating the transition progress to that. So here's kind of like what it looks like. Here's the Amazon S3 bucket. You can look at our buckets. It's just this one here. Here's all of our files. That's how you're accessing the website. But we decided we're going to go ahead and make an EC2 instance. So backing out to this, created an EC2 instance that's running just Amazon Linux and started the process of building the web server, and you can very briefly see how it's configured. Let's see, I'll just click here. If you're familiar with AWS, you kind of have a brief understanding of how this is set up, what the settings are, the security. It's publicly accessible. You can SSH into it, which is how I'm able to configure it. And I'll show that off here in a minute too. So here's our instance. It naturally comes with a security group, so that way we can allow connectivity and connections to it. Here's a closer look at that. We do plan on eventually pushing all these website files to this web server instead of the S3 bucket. And I have a list of steps that we need to do, and here they are here. So we have to install the database client software onto this web server, such as like the MySQL client, push the files and change the permissions, change the security group configuration a little bit, allow DNS configuration to reach from this web server to the database that we're going to have set up. Obviously, with the website files, we're going to have to update the HTML code a little bit to connect with the AWS database parameters and services. And then lastly, we're going to test it and make sure it works. On the left-hand side, I basically just wanted to show what this looks like. So I'm connected to the EC2 instance, and you can see I made an index.html file as practice. I just pushed a file to this to show that it's accessible. So the it basically performs an echo and displays the private IP of the web server when you connect to it publicly. So if I have here, I typed in the address that is the, let me see here, public IP address right here. And if you go to access it, it echoes, hello, my name is IP, and then the private IP that it was established to. Eventually, this is where we're going to go with Sparky's Adventure instead, but this is just a practice. This is just an explanation demo. But we plan on pushing this out and eventually connecting it to an RDS here. This is what it will kind of look like. It'll be through the dashboard in here where we create this and edit it into our web server. This will allow user account creation to be managed, and people can log in with their credentials matched against the database, log in and play Sparky's Adventure. That is all for now. That's all I have right now. Thanks for sticking to, and hopefully we have the rest of this built out for update 3. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to this live demonstration of our Project Capstone Build 2 of our web game. My name is MJ, and let me run you down with what we've got done so far. So here in the Unity Hub, we have a couple of projects that we started and just experimented, played around with. Ultimately, we settled on Sparky's Ultimate Adventure, as this is where our project is located and has the most work done. Opening it up, we have the environment in which we created our game. So here you can see the assets that we have on the lower bottom half of this screen. We have the buildings that I uploaded. We have the character model that the player will be using. We have the animation scripts. And we also have the background assets. So looking into the game environment, we have buildings such as the MU, we have the soccer field, we have the ASU bookstore, Noble Library, the engineering building, the iconic Palm Walk, and we have Hayden Library. So this is the ASU Tempe campus, and here the player will be able to explore as if they were really at the ASU Tempe campus. So here, looking closely into it, we were able to compile a script for the player character to have animation. So here he's moving left, and you can see his arms moving left and right, and his legs moving as well. He's moving right, he can move up and down. We also added collisions to objects such as trees, bushes, and buildings, because in real life you can't really walk through buildings and stuff like that. So here we can see our player character moving up to Palm Walk, going past the street. He's passing this building, and now he is here in the MU. So what we have left to be finished is add more character models that'll act as NPCs and dialogue, so that when the player interacts with these NPCs, they'll be able to gain more knowledge about what the Tempe ASU campus is and what they can expect in the game. So that'll mostly be it. And yeah, this has been the Unity demonstration, and see you later.